By the end of this video, you will learn how to disguise your shots in pickleball so your opponents never quite know what's coming. We're talking about real deception, the kind that gets people leaning the wrong way, reaching late, and sometimes not even getting a paddle on the ball. If you've ever felt like your shots are solid but predictable, this is how you change that. The goal isn't just to look fancy, it's to control your opponents, take away their reactions, and create easier points without swinging harder. Before we talk about any tricks at the kitchen line or clever shots from the baseline, there's one thing that everything depends on: getting to the ball early. If you're late, reaching, or hitting while moving, deception is basically impossible. You have to be behind the ball, balanced, and with your feet set. Without that, any attempt at disguise usually ends in an error. So the first rule of deception is simple: arrive early, get stable, and give yourself time. Once you do that, everything else becomes available. One of the best ways to add deception at the kitchen line is by learning how to hold your dinks. At its simplest, holding a dink just means waiting until the very last moment to make contact with the ball. Imagine setting up with your paddle face, pointing straight ahead. From that position, it looks obvious where you're going, straight forward. But if you wait until the ball gets very close to your paddle before moving, you suddenly have options. At the last second, you can open the paddle face and send the ball cross-court, or keep it straight and go down the line. The key here is that your opponent can't move early. They're reading your paddle face, and it's telling them nothing. You already know where you want to go, but you're holding that information until contact. That puts you in control of the rally. This works especially well on forehand dinks when you have time and space. Your feet are set, your paddle is neutral, and you're calm. From that same preparation, you can dink cross-court, dink line, or even speed up. The preparation never changes, only the finish does. Once you're comfortable holding your dinks, you can take deception a step further by showing your opponent one paddle angle and then hitting somewhere else. This works especially well on speed-ups. For example, you can set your paddle face so it looks like you're about to attack through the middle. Naturally, your opponent starts leaning that way. At the last moment, you open your wrist, come around the outside of the ball, and fire it down the line. Because they've already shifted, the ball gets behind them. You can reverse this too. Show line, hit middle. The key is patience. You wait, 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 then change direction right at contact. That tiny window of hesitation is all you need. Another powerful form of deception comes from your body, not your paddle. Many players subconsciously track body movement instead of focusing purely on the paddle and ball. You can use that against them. If your body moves left, opponents often expect the ball to go left. If your body moves right, they expect right. So when your body and paddle tell different stories, confusion happens. For example, you can step left as if you're going cross-court, then push the ball down the line. The opponent reacts to your movement, not the ball, and ends up late. Sometimes this doesn't win the point outright, but it creates a weak reply that you can attack next. This also teaches you how to defend deception. Don't watch the body. Watch the paddle and the ball. The paddle tells the truth at contact. The body doesn't always. Another layer of deception comes from adding more motion to your swing. Big backswings aren't always bad. In fact, when used intentionally, they can make your shots harder to read. When the paddle moves slowly, opponents can easily see where the face is pointing. When there's more motion and speed, it becomes harder to track. That visual noise creates uncertainty. You might take a big backswing and hit a soft dink, or take the same backswing and speed up. As long as you're under control, both are valid. Advanced players do this all the time. The difference is they slow down before contact. The warning you often hear about avoiding backswings is really about avoiding uncontrolled backswings. Motion with purpose is fine. Motion without control leads to pop-ups. The final deception trick happens from the baseline, especially on third-shot drives. Here, your off foot plays a huge role. If you're right-handed, stepping with your left foot toward the middle of the court naturally suggests a drive through the middle or cross-court. Opponents read that and start leaning, but from that same position you can still catch the outside of the ball and drive it down the line. When you do, your opponent is already moving the wrong way. That usually leads to a weak counter, setting up an easy fifth shot drop or a clean put away. It's subtle, but incredibly effective. You're not changing your swing, you're just influencing expectations before contact. Deception isn't about being flashy. It's about buying yourself time, forcing hesitation, and creating easier opportunities. Every trick you learn today depends on one thing: preparation. Get to the ball early, set your feet, and stay balanced. Once you do that, holding your dinks, manipulating paddle angle, using body fakes, and adding controlled motion all become tools you can use at will. Start small. Practice one concept at a time. And remember, the best deception is subtle. When your opponents don't even realize why they're always late, you know you're doing it right.